Welcome back. The new crime drama for Apple TV Plus keeps building its plot, and it ends on yet another cliffhanger. The main crime and kid in the park is revealed right away. In Rowntree Park, a 9-year-old boy is observed consuming ice cream. Then, out of nowhere, he is shot in the head. The would-be murderers take off on a moped. After being given this new case, Daniel quickly makes his way to the location of the gang-related attack. June prints off posters at work in an attempt to locate the anonymous caller from Hayes Lane. She then records the information needed for professional standards about the search infractions. June hears her supervisor, Roy, requesting volunteers for the shooting at Rowntree Park. June offers herself up, hoping for a chance to spend more time with Daniel. Daniel gives Kim a case update. The bullet is still embedded in the boy's brain, and although he is still alive in the hospital, the doctors won't remove it. June is then welcomed to the case by Daniel. He inquires about her research into the caller, who went anonymous. Although Daniel wants to know how close June is to solving the crime, he doesn't want her to continue the quest. Later that day, when June gets home, she sees her son Jacob hanging out with some new, potentially untrustworthy acquaintances. It is revealed on the news that Isaac Whitlow is the schoolboy who was shot at Rowntree Park. Zach, Jacob's father, has been in touch with Isaac to inquire about his well-being, indicating that he is aware of Isaac's family. That evening, Sonia and June talked more about this case. June wishes to monitor Daniel closely. June is informed by Sonia that volunteers are distributing June's posters throughout the nation's capital. She then hands June the box with all of the documentation and supporting evidence from Errol's case. June is reluctant to accept it at first, but she finally does. In search of a tip leading to the Rowntree murderer, Daniel gets in touch with his mystery sources. He and Tony then have a meeting. His former co-worker is worried after discovering June's posters. They both acknowledge that June will not give up without struggle. Tony cautions Daniel that they could be doomed by this relentless detective. June peruses Errol's documents. It doesn't appear good. Prior to the killing, Errol had a lengthy criminal past and several arrests. To have a deeper knowledge of Errol, Sonia advises that June meet with him at the prison. She assures me that this encounter will not be recorded. Daniel then gives June a call. She has been asked to speak with Isaac's mother. June initially meets Jenny, Isaac's mother, at the hospital. Zach is the sole reason they are acquainted. Jenny wants the bullet taken out, but the doctors believe the procedure is just too dangerous. Jenny sobs after June consoles her. Daniel wants to know why June was called in. June clarifies that their only acquaintance is a buddy of a friend. Jenny wanted someone to chat with, a friend. June discovers Daniel's business card for chauffeuring while they are conversing in his car. He doesn't know that she swiped it. June pays Errol a visit in prison later. To keep matters off the record, Sonia and June switch off guests in the waiting area. June questions Errol about his shocking confession and his alibi. Errol seems to have given up and lost any chance of getting released, though, as he doesn't seem to be all that interested in defending himself. Subsequently, Sonia acknowledges that Errol has gone on hunger strikes and taken multiple overdoses while incarcerated. Errol has genuinely given up all of his battles. Sonia is shown the business card that June took from Daniel's vehicle by June. Next, June receives an update on the Isaac case. A potential suspect has been identified. June is taken by car to the arrest scene. Daniel was tipped off. They believe Jason Reeve to be the shooter. When the police raid his house, he is nowhere to be found. Daniel keeps a safe distance away from the raid and observes it on multiple computer screens, but there are technological issues. Subsequently, Tony calls Daniel and informs him of June's visit to Whitecross. The cameras jolt back into action. Daniel watches as Jason walks near June, brandishing his firearm. In the hopes that Jason will murder her and spare him the bother, he decides not to warn her. Technician Jed intervenes, as Daniel is witnessing this whole thing. Daniel is forced to give June a last-minute warning as a result. A few moments later, Jason shoots June. It is revealed that June was not shot and is safe. After Jason is taken into custody, his abandoned firearm is discovered. Daniel queries June about her whereabouts during the day. Regarding her interview in prison, June lies. Daniel then uses threats to get Jed to keep quiet about what he witnessed. Daniel is getting ready for the press conference regarding Jason Reeve's arrest as the episode comes to a close. They urge June to assist with appearances because they are concerned that the arrest would appear to be motivated by racism. After then, June gets a call from one of the officers that arrested Patrick. He discloses that Daniel had instructed them to release Patrick. The story becomes more complex. For what reason is Daniel defending Patrick? For more, subscribe.